Yo, welcome to the stream. I am in a bad mood starting this stream, and I'm hoping that maybe I can get into a better mood as I stream. Today has not gone very well for me, I will not lie. And it just got significantly worse the moment I clicked go live. Okay, so my headphones, I've had them for a few years now, and, basically, my headphones are on the way out, okay? And I'm gonna show, let me switch the scene over. My headphones have been on the way out, and, basically, if I get this image, I haven't had to use OBS Live in a while, I think I just do this? Yeah. So basically, my headphones, the wire is starting to fray and fall apart, and all the wires are exposed. So it looks like this. I don't know why the image was so large when I put it in, but yeah, this is what my headphones look like. And both sides have been working, but I saw this, and I just woke up one morning and they were like this. So I'm like, okay, better buy some new headphones, right? And I love the headphones that I use. I've been using these for years, right? So I'm like, alright, I'll go on Amazon and I'll buy new ones, right? I spent about 40 bucks. Now, for a friend's birthday recently, I bought them a gift card using Amazon. Apparently you can do that. You can just buy a gift card on Amazon and you can have the code, like, emailed to them. But I did that, and I also shipped them something off of Amazon. And when I did that, I entered their address, and it saved into their address book. Now, this friend lives in a completely different state. I won't say which state because I don't want to, like, they're probably not comfortable with me sharing, but they live in a oh god, what the fuck? Anyway, they live in a completely different state. And that state is, not close to me. So, you know, when I'm ordering the headphones, I'm looking at the, like, 3 locations in my address book. It's theirs, mine, and then mine, but it's a post office box, right? And I'm like, alright, well, I better make sure I click the right one. And I know that I clicked the right one because I remember staring at it and thinking, okay, I have to make sure that I click on my address without the P.O. box because I want it sent straight to my door. And so, because of that, like, I knew that I clicked on the right one. I ordered it, and I'm like, oh, sweet, it'll only take 2 days. 2 days go by, I wake up this morning, and my friend messages me and goes, hey, did you mean to ship these to me? And I said, what the fuck, no. So I scramble to go into the Amazon app, I look, and sure enough, the address somehow changed to theirs. So now my headphones are in a different state. And the worst part is, due to circumstances I won't get into, they can't ship them to me. So, yeah, that sucks. I had to contact Amazon, and I'm like, hey, you know, can you, like, do anything about this? Can you give me my money back? Can you ship me new ones? Can you do something? And they're like, well, you bought these from a third-party seller, so we have to contact the third-party seller. And I'm like, okay, so then they contact the third-party seller, and they're like, yeah, the third-party seller will contact you within, I think they said 30-something to 48 hours. They basically said 3 days, 2 to 3 days. And, I can math. I think it was 36 to 48, whatever. So yeah, they basically said, yeah, it'll be here within 2 to 3 days, or they'll call you within 2 to 3 days, rather. So I've had my phone on, like, with the ringer on, which is very unlike me, and I've just been sitting there. And I've been kind of making do with, you know, these. Now, with how dire this right here is, right, I've been kind of worried about it all day. Now, I'm gearing up to start stream. I put my headphones up, I go AFK to go to the bathroom, I put my headphones on, right? And I'm making sure that everything's good. I literally do my, like, stream preview music from in-game, right? So the way I do it is, this is ticked off, and I'll literally just click it, and the music will start. That's how I do my intros for the streams. Because it's just clean, and I don't know, it just works. So I test that, I'm like, okay, the audio's working, good, and I'm going through, I'm setting everything up, and I click go live, and the moment I click go live, and I click on this, now only the right-hand side of my headphones are working. I can't hear anything out of the left earphone. How do I make it fade out? I don't know. I don't really make it fade out, but... Oh, how do I make it fade out? Scroll wheel volume. I just go like... Like that. I literally just scroll it down manually. But yeah, so... Currently, I can only hear out of my right headphone. Which is maddening. Now on the right-hand side, a different friend, not the one whose address I put into my phone, but one of my friends lent me $40, so I was able to order another pair. And these are supposed to ship, Wednesday, it says. So in 5 days. Now that's annoying because the original pair I ordered shipped in 2 days, and this is the same seller. What's the longest demon I've beaten? The Long Walk Home. I beat it with the coin. But yeah, so I don't get my new headphones till Wednesday, and I swear to fuck, if the right-hand side goes out before then, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, needless to say... Clicking go live and then immediately finding out one of my headphones died, I am now... I don't even know, man. So, I'm just gonna kind of play the game and hope things go well. Yeah, things have been not the greatest for me. I've been stressed out. I've been... I don't even know if I want to publicly talk about this, because I know what kind of comments I'll get. Okay, so... I'm currently looking for a new job, because I had to quit my job. And I had to quit my job because my boss was a fucking dick. I'm just gonna outright say it. I'll explain while we practice the first level. We're in EDL territory, by the way. Like, the levels I'm doing are EDL levels. So, that's where we're at. Which is actually good, because that means we're close to getting done. So I'll show you progress. This is my spreadsheet. And I'm ignoring a bunch of levels like these ones, because I want to save the map pack demons for later. I want to beat the map pack demons as I get to them in the map pack series. EDL, easy demon list. The hardest easy demons in the game. A lot of them have been uprated to medium demon, but I beat them as easy demon levels. But yeah, I'm ignoring stuff like that because I'm going to beat them for the map pack series, so yeah, but like, to show you how much we have left, we have from here all the way down to about here. Yeah, here. Which is 325 levels, which sounds like a lot, but we're in the territory of, like, we're almost done with all the medium demons, so things are going to speed up. Some of these levels might take me 20 minutes total, you know? So, yeah. The Spider Gauntlet. I beat the Spider Gauntlet off-stream. I also did the Acid Gauntlet off-stream because I just wanted to be done with the Gauntlets. I have some thoughts about the Gauntlets that I'm going to save for a future video, but anytime a Gauntlet releases, I dread it more than I do getting excited for it, even if the Gauntlet is good. Because it just... I don't know. But yeah, okay, so I guess I'll explain what happened with my boss while I'm relearning this. So, in the past chat, I have talked about how I liked my job. You know, when I first got my job, I was all hyped. You guys remember I said on stream that I really liked the job. None of that was a lie. I did, right? The only caveat being that my boss was a fucking dick. And initially, this seemed like it wasn't going to be a very big deal, right? What was my job? Giving out free samples of food at, like, at a Sam's Club. Okay? And, by the way, when I've said that to people, I've kind of realized more recently that people think all that is like, handing out junk food or whatever. No, it often involved me, like, cooking food. It wasn't... I mean, it was an easy job, but it was, like, a respectable thing. Like, yeah, Walmart, Costco, exactly, theory of everything icon. So, like, there were some days where I had to hand out burgers. Like, I had to fry burgers on, like, a little, hot plate and stuff like that. Like, I was actually, like, making the food. I had to make it well, serve it to people, and I had to basically upsell it and make people want to buy it. That was my job, right? So I was literally making food, giving it out, and telling them about how good it was. And I thought it was great. It was an easy job because people had to pay. This is a weird thing, but Sam's Club is owned by Walmart. And, yeah, their whole thing is that they sell shit for dirt cheap, but you have to pay $50 a year to shop there. Although, unlike any other subscription service ever, I think this actually seems reasonable, because with how cheap the stuff you can buy there is, it kind of, like, pays itself off. Oh, and also, just so that I'm not, like, doing a defamation, I want to elaborate. Sam's outsources the people who do free samples to a different company, and I don't want to name that company only because it feels weird, as much as they pissed me off, to go after them, because I've heard this is very, like, this issue is very not common, so I don't want to just slam the company, okay? But I'm going to stay paused while I explain this, because this is a fucking wild-ass story, and I think you're going to want to actually hear this. So, by the way, just to keep this clear, anytime I talked about the job in the past, and I, like, talked about how much I loved it, I wasn't lying. I really did. My boss being a dick seemed like a small issue. But also, I never brought up that my boss was a dick online, because it always felt like it'd be a dumb thing to do. Like, imagine I just got on stream and started, like, slamming my boss for being a piece of shit while working for him. You know? Just didn't feel right. And even now, I'm not gonna name my boss. We're gonna call him John, but that's not his actual name. I call him John because generic name, I just want to have a name to refer to him as. So the thing is, John was like... The best way I can describe him is, if he was in a good mood, he was super nice. Yeah, John Doe, exactly. If he was in a good mood, he was super fucking nice, right? He was very accommodating, he, you know, listened to you. But on days where he was in a bad mood, he would, kind of take it out on his employees. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like he would get forwardly mad at his employees, and you just kind of had to fucking deal with it. It was like a very don't talk to me type of attitude, right? And so, a good example of this is one... I didn't get fired, I quit Cartoon. Cartoonist, yeah, I quit. But, basically... I'll give you an example of the kind of guy he could be, right? The time I was supposed to show up, like, be at work and clock in by was 10:15. There was a day where I got to the back by 10:13, stood off in, like, a side area and talked to one of my coworkers who I really liked. I talked to him until 10:16, and the moment the clock hit 10:16, my boss immediately comes up to me and goes, "You're late." And I'm like... The fuck you mean? No, I'm not late. And John goes, "You're supposed to be at your cart getting ready by 10:15. And I'm like, "But I'm here, though. I'm not late." And, you know, it's just stuff like that. Some of them were small. Others were really big and frustrating. right? Like, there was a day where they had these big racks with ferns that they were selling, like the plant, right? And, basically, we have these metal carts that we make the food on, and then we have a metal sink. And, they would have us have the sink and the cart, all set up at our, like, station at the day, right? And, fucking, one day, I go on my lunch, and then I come back from my lunch, and where my sink is, they move ferns there. So one of my coworkers, we'll call her Jane, comes up to me and goes, hey, they moved ferns to your spot. You can stay there if you want, but, like, you can bring your sink back. You don't need your sink. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then another one of my coworkers who was regularly late to work and was just kind of an unreliable coworker, he showed up and came up to me and he's like, what are you guys talking about? And I explained what Jane was telling me. We'll call this coworker Phil, I guess, the one that's always late. So Jane, I explained to Phil what Jane was telling me, and Phil's like, well, why don't you just move the ferns? And I'm like, I don't know, because the Sam's employees put them there. I don't think they want us moving it. And he's like, no, it's fine. And then Phil, he's like, well, I'll just move the ferns, it's fine. And I'm like, I don't think you should do that. I think it's better if I just don't have my sink. And Phil's like, no, it'll be okay. I'm like, dude, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be real. I don't think you should do this. And he's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, alright, whatever. So then I bring my sink back, because I'm still doing what Jane told me to do. And Phil just goes ahead and does it, even though I told him not to. So then after bringing my sink back, I go and grab it again, because now the ferns are moved. I might as well just have my sink then. So I bring my sink out. Finally, I'm able to start working after my lunch break. Which, by the way, this made it take longer for me to get back to work, which is frustrating. Because unlike most jobs, I actually wanted to fucking work. So, Phil does what he wants to do, and it's like, whatever. And then a Sam's employee guy comes up to me, and he's like, hey, just so you know, I don't care that you moved the ferns, but don't move them in front of the products. Customers need to be able to get to the items they want to buy. And I hear this, and I'm immediately fed up, and I'm like, I just look at him, and I'm like, blame Phil. I told him not to do that. He did it anyway. He's like, well, tell him not to do that next time. I'm like, no, because he doesn't listen to me. You tell him not to do that, right? So all that's well and good. What does this have to do with John? Well, John comes up to me, and I explain the situation to him, and he seems understanding. He's very nice about it. And then a different one of, not my coworkers, one of the Sam's employees comes up to me, and I really like this guy. I talk to him a lot. He comes up to me, and I'm like, I start telling him everything that happened, and I'm like, yeah, this is frustrating, blah, blah, blah. And, he's listening to it, he's perfectly fine listening to it, he's cool. And then, next thing you know, John comes up to me again, and he's like, hey, you shouldn't be venting to the Sam's employees. And I'm like, what do you mean venting to them? And mind you, I didn't mention this, but the Sam's employee came up to me and started the conversation. I didn't come up to him. But John goes on the whole, rigmarole of, well, they're here to do their job, you're here to do yours, you don't want to distract them, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I'm not distracting him. He was working fine while I talked to him. And, I'm, trying to explain to him why I was even talking to him about it in the first place. And he starts doing, the middle schooler ears, fingers in the ears, blah, 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 I'm not listening thing. He's like, nope, not listening, nope, I don't. And I'm, just trying to explain, I just want you to know why. And he's like, I don't care, nope, I don't need to know. And it's just I even said to him, I'm like, I need to be able to communicate with my boss. The whole time, he's just fingers in his ears, and eventually I'm like, alright, fuck it, and I just explain it to him over him doing the fingers in his ears thing, and he just gets pissy and walks away. So just know that, I'd run into these kinds of experiences with John regularly. But I think, because I enjoyed the job, the pay was good, whatever, right? I just dealt with it. I didn't care, Because at the end of the day, like, as long as I'm doing my job, he's not going to fire me, right? That leads to the two events. There are two events that led to me quitting my job. So, the first one. This is a really good example of how annoying he could be. I head to my lunch. Mind you, it depends on our shift, but I usually got second lunch, so I'll just say that. Make things simple. Because it did happen on a second lunch anyway. So, we usually headed to our lunch at around 2 o'clock, and we'd get back from our lunch at 2:30. Now, because it took time for us to go to the cafeteria and order our food, literally everyone I know always goes and starts heading to the back at around 1:50 instead of 2 o'clock exactly, so they have time to get their food. Which always seemed very reasonable, especially considering we need extra time anyway, because we have to take our cart to the back, clean it, clean up our dishes, you know, get everything ready for when we go back after a lunch break. It just makes sense to go back 10 minutes early, right? And it's not like we're not working just because we're not on the floor handing out samples. Like, cleaning up our dishes and shit is still work. It's still part of the fucking job, right? So, you know, I do what we usually do. I head back at 1:50, and he sees me and he's like, rah, you're back too early, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not, but okay. And, you know, he's just like being a jerk about it, but I didn't think anything of it because I figured this was typical him being a jerk, so I kind of tuned it out, and that was it, right? Now, I finish my food, and I start heading back at 2:35 instead of 2:30. And I'm walking back at 2:35. I am halfway to the back room, and I get a text from him that says, hey, I want you to input, what was it? I think it was 345 instead of 360. Yeah, 345 instead of 360. That's 15 less. Now, for what you guys don't know what that means, whenever we input our time, the way this job works is weird. I don't know why they did it like this, but we would input the time we worked before we were done working at lunch. Which never felt right to me, because, like, what if we have to leave early because we get sick? This was, you know, foreshadowing is a narrative device. But anyway, 3:35 rolls around, and he's like, hey, enter, or not 3:45, what the fuck am I saying? I'm numbers, Mason, what do they mean? 2:35 rolls around, and he texts me, and he's like, hey, make sure to enter 345 instead of 360. And that numbers is referring to the amount of minutes I worked throughout the day. So 360 minutes is 6 hours. That's what I worked. What he was basically telling me to do was dock 15 minutes of my pay. This really pissed me off. And it's not because I had 15 minutes of pay docked, because that's only like a couple dollars, whatever. It's the principle of it. Because it's like, I was on my way back when you sent this text, but also I regularly, before and after this day, would see employees start heading back from their lunch break at 2:40. And they never got in trouble for it. So why was I being singled out for coming back at 2:35? Like, what? So that really pissed me off. Fast forward a little bit later, I finished my shift that day. There is actually a second thing that I forgot to mention before the day that I quit. Because this is the thing that initially led to me start applying for other jobs before I had quit. So, this one pissed me off. Where do I even begin with this? Shit, I'm losing my train of thought. I know that I had something I wanted to bring up. I don't remember. So okay, we'll just continue. We'll keep this train a-rolling because I really want to get to the juicy part of the story. All I know is that the docking my pay thing combined with a different day that pissed me off. I had decided, okay, I'm gonna find another place to work, but I'm gonna handle this professionally. So my goal was to apply for other jobs, and once I had snagged another job, put in my 2-week notice and quit properly, right? And I feel like that was mature. I feel like that was the right thing to do. So I had been planning that for about a month, and I was like, alright, whatever, that's fine. Now are you guys ready for the big one? The reason I quit as fast as I did. Are you guys ready? Because I feel like when I tell this part of the story, you guys are gonna flip shit, okay? I come into work one day, and when I say this holds a lot of weight because I've worked some difficult fucking shifts. Like, one of my first shifts within my first 2 weeks of working there, on a Saturday, a week before Christmas, at the front of the store, I was handing out apple pie. One of the busiest shifts I've ever worked. There was also a day where, on a really busy day, I was handing out Doritos. It was their new garlic parmesan flavor. So I've worked some fucking busy shifts, but they've always been easy to deal with despite being fast and difficult. Like, I never thought the job was hard. Usually it just meant I was tired by the end of the day, and it was fine. On this day in particular, though, this was a Saturday at the end of June, meaning people were doing 4th of July prep. So this was like the last week of June. So it was a Saturday, last week of June. They had me positioned next to Register 1 at the dead front of the store, giving out cafeteria pizza for free. And the size of the portions they were having me give out were like almost more tiny slices than they were samples. So I was handing out free pizza on a Saturday, a week before the 4th of July, so at the front of the store that I was the first person people saw. It was so insanely busy, and, like, I found that within the first hour of that shift, I was getting dehydrated, so I had to go and grab water. I had 4 bottles of water at my cart during the shift, just to ensure that I stayed hydrated, right? And, you know, it was difficult. It was really difficult. I went through so many fucking samples, but, you know, by the time my shift was gearing up to end at around 4 o'clock, I was hyped because I'm like, yes, I made it through the day. This was, you know, great. Although I almost feel, as selfish as this might sound, that if a shift is that difficult, I feel like maybe you should get paid a little bit extra. But you know what? They're not going to do that. I don't care. I'm not going to be picky. I'm just going to be proud of the fact that I worked an honest day's work. And you know, it's difficult, but I got through it. Whatever, right? I was proud. But the problem is, for reference, and you'll notice this trend of him being really stingy about time, we would usually head to the back at 4:15 to clean up our carts. Once we were in the back and we were cleaning up our carts, we'd head back at 4:15, we'd get everything cleaned up. We'd usually be ready to leave at about 4:45, and that's when everyone would be scheduled to clock out. So, important part, we usually head to the back at 4:15. 4 o'clock rolls around, right? And I run out of samples to give out. So I head over to the cafeteria guys and I'm like, hey, do you guys want to make me another pizza so I have more samples to give out? I'm done at 4:15, so it's up to you guys. And they respond, no, I don't think we're going to. You're good, just because by the time we finish cooking another pizza, you'd probably be, like, gone. And I'm like, okay, that's fair enough, right? And, you know, I figure, okay, well, I guess I'll just head to the back early. I'll just explain to John what happened, and I'll ask him what he wants me to do. So I get to the back, and and I see John, and without either of us exchanging any words, the first thing he does is, like, in a very sarcastic, like, cartoon dick main villain kind of sense, he, like, sarcastically held up his wrist and looked at his watch. Like, some kind of shit you'd see out of SpongeBob. And so, he looks at his watch all sarcastically, and I immediately go, I'm sorry, I know, look, I just, I explained it to him, and I'm like, I just want to know what you want me to do. I am not opposed to continuing to work. I just, like, whatever. And he doesn't say anything to me. He just storms off, goes to the cafeteria, comes back, and he's immediately, like, screaming at me. Like, this isn't like your average, everyday, disappointed parent yelling. This is like when a fucking parent... Like, this is like when a kid knocks over, like, something and breaks it. Like, if they knocked over, like, grandma's urn, you know what I mean? That kind of parental anger coming from my boss. So he's, like, actually yelling like that. And he's yelling at me. He's like, you fucking lied to me. And yes, he was swearing. I am quoting. I remember the quotes pretty vividly. So he's like, you fucking lied to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like... No, I didn't lie to you. What are you talking about? And he's like, you said that you said that they told you they weren't going to make another pizza, but I just went to the cafeteria and they said you told them not to make another pizza. And I'm like, that's not what happened. And, he's fucking yelling like this. He's like at the top of his goddamn lungs. And by this point, all of the other employees are also heading to the back, so they're hearing all of this. And, fucking, I'm like, why the fuck are you yelling at me? That's what I said. I said, why the fuck are you yelling at me? Because I started to get fed up with him just yelling at me. So I'm like, why the fuck are you yelling at me? And he responds, because I'm sick of fucking babysitting all of you. That pissed me off. Because what he meant by that is he's sick of babysitting all of his employees. Which, like, that is such an unbelievably fucked up and unprofessional thing to say. I couldn't think of doing anything other than looking at him and saying, alright, fuck you. And I walked out. And it's like, I've told this story to so many people, and the reaction I get to that part of the story is the exact same every time. It's reasonable. It's like, I would have done the same thing. And it's like, I don't understand, because it's it's 15 fucking minutes. Like, how many more fucking pizzas do you think I'm gonna sell in 15 minutes? But it gets better, because, I do that. I say, fuck you, and I'm walking out. And, I call up my parents, because I still don't have my driver's license. Fun fact for you, chat. I still can't drive. So, my parents would usually drive me to and from work. So, fucking, I call my grandmother, and I'm like, hey, I just quit my job. Can you come pick me up? And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, John went too far. I'll tell you about it when I get in the car. And she's like, okay. And she just hangs up. Which, when I explained it to her, she was very understanding. She went and got me, like, really good food for dinner, because she felt bad. But the kicker is, I'm on my way out to wait for her outside. I stop at the cafeteria, and I go up to the cafeteria guys, and I tell them what happened, right? And they look at me and they go, yeah, that's not what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they go, no, he just came up to us and he just screamed at us in front of the customers. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah. So I go outside and John proceeds to text me. I can read these texts verbatim, so let's have some fun. You'll get a kick out of this exchange. Keep in mind, the thing I said on the way out was, fuck you, which I think is pretty definitive, right? So he texts me while I'm standing outside waiting to leave, and he goes, "You're scheduled until 4:45. You need to return to the kitchen and help close out." So I say, "I told you, I'm done. Find another employee to quote-unquote babysit." And he says, "Okay, but you entered 360 for today. Leaving 20 minutes early is theft of time." You know, because he has us enter our time at lunch, which I can't control. Like I said, foreshadowing. That was what I was doing earlier. So then I reply, then edit my fucking time. I talked to the guys at the cafe on the way out. They told me they agree with me, and you screamed at them and didn't let them talk. And literally the second I hit send on that message, John follows me out the door. He's now outside standing in front of me, alright, chat? And I shit you not, his demeanor completely shifts, and he comes out and does the fucking YouTuber apology sigh. He comes out and he goes, "I'm sorry, I've been having a rough day. I shouldn't have reacted like that. I've just been in a bad mood." And I'm like, you have a lot of bad fucking days, and every single time you have a bad day, you take it out on your employees. I'm done. And he's like trying to apologize. I'm like, I don't care. I'm done. I'm fucking gone. And he's like, "Alright, well, give me your hat and apron." I'm like, "Okay." And I toss it at him, and he just walks inside. And then I go home. I genuinely, often, guy, would have laughed my ass off, but wouldn't have been surprised at all if this motherfucker just pulled out a ukulele. Bro just, like, comes out, and he's like, he's just fucking like, "I'm sorry." That's the wrong song. Anyway, yeah, genuinely, I don't fucking understand. I don't fucking understand at all. That wasn't a ukulele, but you know. But yeah, that's why I quit. And so I've just been kind of trying to find another place to work. And you know, I still have that that, you know, group. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm pretty sure it's local and it'll dox me, but I have a group that I go through that helps me find employment, you know, because autism and disabilities and all that stuff, so, you know. But, yeah. So, that's kind of where I've been at. I should write a book. I've thought about it. What interviews of his are your favorite? I've seen 3 Vernosis interviews so far. I've seen Riot, Eric Van Wilderman, and Space UK. Oh, actually, adding to the story, I remember. So the whole cutting my pay thing was like the catalyst to thinking about applying for another position, but there was actually one other thing that happened. This is the thing that really pissed me off, that slipped my mind, because I was so eager to get to that. This is something that happened before the day I quit. This was a different day, and you'll get a kick out of this part too. So, basically, my boss, John, he was gone for a week. He was on vacation, so we were working while our boss wasn't there. And so, John's boss showed up. John's boss showed up to kind of do a sort of walk-in, I guess, inspection type thing. And one of the things he did was stop at all of our carts to see how good of a job we were doing. And when he came up to me, I was super friendly. I said hi, I started up a friendly conversation, and he just kind of walked by me, went to the next guy, did that, and then eventually he comes back to my cart, and we have a really long, really pleasant conversation. I had met the guy before, so he knew me. I met him on, like, my first week there. So, you know, meeting him again, it was basically just a long conversation of like, "Oh, how was the trip down here?" Because, you know, he lives several hours away from our place and has to drive on, like, a big road trip to check on us. So he doesn't show up often. So I'm like, "How was the trip? How you doing? I've been really enjoying the job, blah, blah, blah." And everything seemed great, right? thing about that day is there were 8 people working that day. And 5 of the 8 people failed the walk-in because they were doing something wrong. Now, the degree to which we were doing something wrong ranges from person to person. The worst of which being one of my employees who wasn't even on the floor doing their job when the guy showed up. The least bad was me. What was my major crime? I didn't offer John's boss a sample because I was told at one point that you don't have to offer samples to the people who work there, but apparently that was bullshit and I should have offered him a sample. Really doesn't seem like a big deal in my opinion. It feels like at most it's the kind of thing where your boss could be like, hey, you kind of messed that up, don't make that better, and I'd be like, okay. And if that's all it was, none of this would have been a big deal, right? Not that big of a deal, whatever. I'd have been fine with being just told, hey, next time offer these guys a sample, even if they work here, right? But that's not how it happened. Are you ready to hear how John handled this? Keep in mind, he's still gone for another, 3 days of his vacation. So I get home from work, and I go to bed. And I wake up the next morning to a text message from John. I didn't understand this was from John at first, because here's the thing. This is a group chat. I'm still in it to this day, because I just haven't left it for a lot of reasons. But this is a group chat that has almost all of my coworkers in it, and me. It's an iMessage group chat, and I didn't consent to being added to this group chat at all. I was very confused. I just woke up one morning to being in this group chat. And at the very beginning of it is a message from John that says, "Good morning. Got feedback from the visit you all got yesterday. Not pleased at all. Thank you." Names 3 of my coworkers verbatim. "You 3 were great. The rest of you, unfortunately, we need to have a serious discussion." This is insanely unprofessional. You don't do this. But it gets better. I reply, okay, are we having it in this group or face-to-face? I've never been added to group text before. I'm confused. And John replies, face-to-face. I reply, are you going to be in today or Tuesday? I don't know if you're coming in early to talk about the visit. And John replies, no, not today. They will be one-on-one the next day you work with me this week. So what the fuck was the point of the group chat? Just to give us anxiety until you're back? My guy. And the funniest part is, when he did come back, he didn't even talk about it immediately. When he finally did, all it came down to was we watched a training video. But, this is so much more than just unprofessional misconduct. Because this is an iMessage group chat, every single one of my coworkers that is in this group chat now has my phone number. I didn't give John permission to give my phone number out. So, you know. But yeah, that's the other thing that had pissed me off. Someone in chat said, you think that John or any of your coworkers tune into the Nothing is Scary streams? I did tell 2 of my coworkers about my channel. There's the one guy that I mentioned earlier that I talked to before John yelled at me for being late when I wasn't. That guy's really cool. The other guy is the one that wasn't on the floor giving out samples when John's boss showed up. He's also cool, but he was frustrating to work with. But there is a legitimate, small, but not non-existent chance that they could see this rant. And I think that's so funny. What the fuck is this part? Hope they don't snitch. Dude, I don't care if they do. I think it'd be so funny if John saw this. What made you get a new keyboard? At the time, I had a job, and because of that, I had $200 to spare, and I figured I'd get the Wooting because it's the best keyboard on the market. I remember this. Yep, I remember this level's ending being fucking crazy as shit, dude. Oh my god. This is basically like an extended triple, these two ball clicks. Uh-oh. What? Oh, you have to go up with both. They don't look that bad. They're harder than they look. It's super weird. Oh boy. I think you should check out the N-Swish and Sandstorm interviews. The Sandstorm interview happened, like, today, didn't it? Yeah, I should check that out. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, just go for that coin. It's easier. I thought it was kind of funny because I am an old gen. I've been around for a while. But I heard Riot bring up Sandstorm in the interview, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't think I ever knew who that was. To be fair, like, I've said this before, but it took me kind of a weird, like, split across time to get into every facet of the community because I discovered each aspect of it slowly and separately over time. Oh, fuck, okay. Do I think Tsunami is an good upcoming top 1 compared to Tidal Wave? I don't want to talk about it, only because it's not finished, and I hate talking about levels that aren't finished yet. What I will say is that Tidal Wave's only issue, as massive of an issue as it is, its only issue is its deco. Its deco is so fucking, like, repetitive and, like, bland, and it looks the same for 3/4 of the level. It's just so fucking boring, right? And, yeah, the background, dear God. And I feel like all you need to make Tidal Wave good is to make it look good. Because the thing that I will never, ever take away from Tidal Wave is that it's one of the, like, very few modern top 1s people actually say is fun. You know, and that's huge. I think that the enjoyment of top levels is something that isn't prioritized anymore, and that makes me very, very happy. So really, if you take that level and you make it look good, you'll have a good level. The problem is I don't know if it's going to look good yet, because it's not finished, and what I have seen worries me, but I also don't want to put it down because it's not finished, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck, that can happen? dude. Nothing is Scary Stream X. Nothing is scary. Let's see if I can do the thing. This is your grandfather's Nothing is Scary stream. It's hardcore now. You know, I think it's funny. A lot of people, like, a lot of the stuff I do is, like, inspired by other stuff. And, like, I try to always make it my own thing, but there are certain things I say and certain, like, expressions I have that are inspired by other people. Like, one thing is I say the phrase, it's time to sit down and buckle my fuckle. I got that from Emperor Lemon. I don't even remember which video. It was from, like, his Crash Out Downward Spiral era. But, oh, I mean, I guess the Downward Spiral never ends, but you know what I mean. Like, fucking sit down, buckle my fuckle came from, Emp Lemon. I can't think of a lot off the top of my head, but it's stuff like that, right? Buckle my fuckle. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. It's almost like a vocal stim for me at this point. But the it's hardcore now, like, I got that from Re-Res. I absolutely got that from Re-Res. I'm gonna see if I can find the video. It's just that, like, I put my own spin on it, but that's where I had gotten it from. That's where I got the whole idea for that skit from. I'm gonna see if I can find the video, because I legitimately don't. I know which video it is. It's the fake Game Boy Advanced cartridge video. Let me... yeah, this video. I gotta find this. Hold on just a second, chat. Okay. This is... I didn't realize display capture was still on, but this is where I got it from. This. I didn't realize you could already see it, but this is where I got it from.
Gates of Hell, also known as Kid Icarus. Pit is back with a shotgun and sunglasses. Gone are the days of being a friendly angel fighting his way out of the underworld.
He's hardcore now.
Fly Mary back.
That's what the joke was built off of. That's where I got it from. And I have a lot of stuff like that I can point to. A lot of other stuff is, like, Angry Video Game Nerd. I wouldn't say I intentionally directly quote him, but a lot of my humor... I know I got, fucking the cherry on top of the shit sundae, like that expression, I got that from him. Just, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's fun because I don't, like, here's my rule of thumb. If it's, like, a singular quote, I think it's fine. I don't like taking long jokes in stretches of things, though. But, yeah, I think it's cool because I've gotten a couple people occasionally that's like, hey, did you reference this guy? And it's always fun because it's like meeting, like, other fans, you know, of, like, other people's content. I like to wear my inspirations on my sleeve. God, those fucking ball clicks, man. I still think ABGN's Earthbound video is one of my favorite videos on YouTube. Yes! Hi, how's it going, Blaze? I love how you can tell Cataclysm was hacked. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun topic, because I mentioned it on Blue Sky and I never had a chance to talk about it on stream. I did watch Amazing Digital Circus recently, and I fucking loved it. I think it might actually be the best thing I've ever seen. It's sad because initially I didn't want to watch it, because a lot of, like, YouTube, clickbait, slop, borderline Elsagate channels kind of use the Digital Circus characters, and it's just weirdly become, like, a kid slop thing. But, like, I don't get why, because Amazing Digital Circus, to me, feels like an Adult Swim show. It feels like something that I could genuinely see animating, or not animating, it's something airing on Adult Swim. You know? It's so fucking good. And yeah, I highly recommend it. I won't talk about the show too much in case people actually want to watch it, because I feel like there's going to be people who are in my shoes hearing me say this that might give the show a try. But what I will say is that my favorite character is it's a three-way tie between Rebeat, Jax, and Kane. But I might have to give it to Kane. I really, really like Kane. This isn't really a spoiler, because this will become evident basically the moment you see them for the first time, which is that they're the first character you see in the show. Kane is like a cross between Bill Cipher and Spampton from Deltarune. And I love Kane. Kane is so cool. Also, so for those of you who haven't seen the show, Kane is basically a sentient pair of teeth. That is what his character design is. And, I feel like I'm the only one that got the joke with his name. You know, Kane, Novocaine, you know, like, the dentist drug. It feels like no one I've ever talked to got that joke. There we go, I gotta run to the end. Remember those pros that told Rob Top to go rewrite demons like ICDX to become insane demons? ICDX is an insane demon. It just is. You guys gotta keep in mind, right? ICDX was, okay, alright. Levels like Kata are less affected by this, but generally, the entirety of the game has gotten easier, okay? And it takes... How can I phrase this in a way that doesn't sound egotistical? Okay. I'll put it this way, because this honestly is damaging to my ego to phrase it this way. Beating ICDX in 2.2 with 240 hertz, click between frames, the 2.0 ship physics change, etc., etc., etc. All of the massive advantages we have now. Beating ICDX now, with all of that shit, is so much easier than beating ICDX back when Riot beat it. On 144 with, you know, no optimized tick rate, the old ship physics, etc. You know what I mean? Like, it is like night and day. Like, chat, if you guys want to understand what I mean, do a practice run. Like, for those of you who own the game, do a practice run of ICDX with your usual settings the way you play the game. Like, fire up 2.2, do a practice run of ICDX, and then download the 1.9 private server, the one that Absolute runs, play on 60 hertz, and just do a practice run of ICDX there. 60 hertz, 1.9. And you'll see what I mean. So I think that is a reason why I'm so okay with ICDX being an insane demon now. Because it's an insane demon with the way everyone plays nowadays. Oh, I didn't even mention that, Fractal. Yeah, play ICDX on fucking mobile. Which, back then, everyone was actually on mobile. But yeah, I think, it's not even just ICDX, and it's not even just extremes that I feel this way about. I think on mobile, Deadlocked is a medium demon. Because doing the wave spams on mobile is actually, like, barely doable. But Deadlocked on PC is, like, tier 4 easy demon. Hope you played Cicada 3302. I'd like to play it. Oh yeah, okay, so Extreme Demon updates. I have played Bloodbath a bit ever since finishing the platformer video, and I have been having a really rough time with it. Like, and it's not just because I got a new device. I tried playing on Sayo because that's what I was used to, and it didn't help. Bloodbath just... I think what it is the level itself, I don't find it hard, but I think I find it so unfun that the lack of fun is making it harder. Because whenever I play Bloodbath, it's just, well, let's spend 100 attempts trying to get past Weo. Holy shit, I got past Weo, die to Mishi. Holy shit, I got past Weo, die to Mishi. And the thing is like, if I was dying to the parts of Mishi that were actually hard, that'd be fine, right? Like, oh, I died to the UFO. That's not gonna make me mad. But the problem is, the parts in Mishi I'm dying to are the first triple and the fucking wave. And then, assuming I get past that, I have to hope that I can get past, why did I want to call it Vermilion? The gray part, fucking, Evasium, yeah. I have to hope that I can get past Evasium, and then I have to hope that I can get past, Crack. And the worst part is that I've had sessions where I practice Crack's part, get consistent, go back to Mishi, can't get consistent, go to bed, okay? And then I wake up, I get consistent at Mishi, can't get consistent at Crack, go to bed, get consistent at Mishi, can't get consistent at Crack, go to bed, can't get consistent at Crack, can't get consistent at Mishi, and it just makes me want to fucking, like, stop playing the game. It is so fucked. It's not even a mind block either, because it's like, I don't know. I'd call it a mind block if I had passed Crack from 0, but I've never done that, so... Oh god, Grax. Grax is probably one of the saddest exposals in the GD community. I don't even want to call it an exposal, because he just admitted to it. But it's, like, really fucking sad, because Grax has... what is it? I'm trying to remember. He has, the one NCS Gauntlet level. The one that won... Berserker, yeah. He has Berserker, he has, Ruins, which was my favorite event level, and then, of course, Broken Signal, which is widely regarded to be one of the best entry extremes in the game. And... fucking... why? Why? Is it so hard to just not touch children? He never touched a child, but he's still a predator. I'm being hyperbolic. Don't like sue me if imagine fucking Grax sues me. Imagine. But yeah, like it's fucking, is it so hard? Genuinely, is it so fucking hard for people to just not be predators? Is it so hard to just... That's not even new news either. He admitted to it on his Twitter like months ago. For some reason this fucking transition is bugging me. Can my phone not be going fucking crazy while I'm streaming? Oh yeah, let me turn on Do Not Disturb. It's been a while since I streamed, so I forgot. What are my thoughts on Muhammad Chakalim? Okay, that fucking guy, man. I know it's probably not a great idea to talk about him because he's just an attention-seeking, like, troll, but you know what? If you want attention so bad, you can fucking have it. So I'm gonna talk about him. I have a strong opinion about the way people talk about predators in the GD community because I feel that people will go after people who deserve to be gone after, like legitimate predators, but they'll almost use the predator exposal as an excuse to degrade and go after the community and rob top. So they'll make these massive stretches. Right? Like, here's a big one, right? GD Colon. He has been fucking slandered at this point by the fucking Twitter exposal side of the community because everyone is insinuating that he defended Viprin. He really didn't. I mean, the guy fucking, like, okay. Colon definitely was fence-sitting. And I'll give people that, and that's not great. But he never once said he supported Viprin or he condoned his actions. All he said was that he was on good terms with him. Which people have taken to mean, oh, I'm friends with him, so I don't want to call him out. No. I never read it that way. All I read that tweet as is, I'm business partners with him, so I'd rather keep my mouth shut. Which, to me, reads as, I don't want to say whether or not I think he's a bad person, because it will fuck me over. Which I see as very fair. Sure, fence-sitting isn't great, but I feel like with the Viprin situation, anyone with a reasonably functioning frontal lobe will know that you do not have to go after him, because other people will. You know, so I just don't get it. I don't see, like, you can say you don't like him because he's a fence-sitter. That is fine. But to insinuate that Colon is a predator because he didn't want to talk about a situation is absurd to me. Because just because you have a platform does not mean you are fucking required by law to talk about every goddamn predator that either got exposed or potentially could be a predator. That's the thing other people forget about Viprin too. Yeah, I want to say before I say this, I agree, he's likely creepy as fuck. Even if the big accusation isn't true, the weird jokes he'd make on Discord and shit, I don't like Viprin, I don't trust the guy. And there's also the fact that the, like, big exposal overshadowed a smaller exposal, which was true, that he was using his Discord bot to spy on people he didn't like. So generally just a weird-ass guy. But the thing is, there is no proof if you claim that he's a predator. Because, like, you gotta understand, right? There's a difference between, like, socially claiming that someone's a creep and factually claiming it. And you could argue that a lot of people probably just don't want to get sued, right? Because just because you think someone is a creep, even if that's reasonable, just because you think someone's a creep, doesn't mean you can prove it in court. So I'm sure a lot of people just don't want to talk about it, because why would you talk about it if you can't legally prove it? It feels like such a bad idea. Even me going on this rant right now feels like a bad idea. You know, because, like, what a stain that would be on this community if he really was. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like, I mean, Viper also heavily encouraged Lolly. That's the thing, like, there is plausible deniability for them, because he could argue, and kind of be right, that they were just jokes. I don't agree. I personally feel that at a position of power that Viper had, unless you are actively condemning it, the word lolly should probably never leave your goddamn mouth. But, yeah, I just don't really like the idea of even joking about that. It's like, people don't joke about predators the same way they joke about that, and I just feel like people need to treat that topic with a little bit more respect. I just think that my take on the whole thing, if you really want it, it's a very short, very quick take. It's, even if you're joking and not a predator, maybe you shouldn't joke about lolly with that level of power in the community. There you go. I don't think it's a very complicated take. But no, I think my problem with not just him, but anyone in this community that makes exposal content on GD YouTubers is that they sensationalize it for views, and by doing so, they don't treat the topic with the respect it deserves. Like, with the fucking, the Muhammad Chakalim video, right? The one that, everyone talks about. The one where he talks about the mod chat leaks. It's weird that in the same video where he makes a legitimately credible claim about Viperin, I don't even remember the details of it, but it was like something along the lines of like proof that Viperin might have known what Heinz was doing or something. I don't know, but it's like that could be a legitimately strong claim. But that is in the same video where he insinuates that the GD community is filled with furries, and all furries are predators. Like, and another one, he brings up the level Red Velvet. And that is a level where I actually plan on making a whole review about it, because Red Velvet is an interesting topic. Because Red Velvet crawls up to the line between what is and isn't okay. Because Red Velvet is a level that, for all intents and purposes, it's themed around a kink, right? Red Velvet is themed around a form of masochism called puppy play. The same theme that the song is about. It is very on the nose, it's very obvious what it's about. That being said, I feel like the level just teeters the line enough to where it's okay and it's not bad, because it doesn't show any nudity, it's not super explicit, almost all of the high explicit stuff in the level comes from the song, and like, if you find the level weird, that is fine, right? But I feel like this is a situation where the conversation being open is reasonable, and just saying the level is Predator because not safe for work themes, like, bro, I guess that means the pop music industry is filled with predators. Like, fucking, I grew up as a kid listening to music like Moves Like Jagger. That song is, like, pretty commonly listened to by families, and when you actually look into what that song is about, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many pop songs that teeter the same line, but I feel like because they aren't seen that way on the face of it, or like, how do I put it? I feel like their intent is not to be provocative. They're just about a thing. The thing is music, much like geometry sketch levels, are both art. And what people kind of forget is that a lot of sexual topics are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of, not ubiquitous. basically, a lot of sexual topics are inherently tied to the human experience. You know what I mean? And this is kind of what I want to talk about in the video, but I guess I'm kind of jumping the gun here. When you talk about art, art tends to be a reflection of humanity and the human experience and what humans go through on a day-to-day basis, right? So, if, you know, you're creating art, even if unintentionally, that art is going to reflect something about you as a person. The thing is, what's more, like, universally tied to the human experience than that? You know what I mean? And to people who don't get what I'm saying, let me put it this way. How do you think you got here? How were you put into this world? It is a universal experience, and it is a topic that will be touched by art. And for GD to be a serious art form that people actually push and make big artistic stuff in, I feel like it's got to be able to touch on topics like that. So, for me, the controversy has nothing to do with the level and its creation. Where the debatable part comes in for me, and the part I personally find interesting, is the conversation as to whether or not a level with that explicit subject matter should be rated. Because by rating it, let alone giving it a legendary rating, the developer is directly endorsing it in a way where it could be put in front of a younger audience. And that's the part that I think is debatable and, you know, up to you whether or not you think that's okay. I'm gonna be real, I don't have an answer. I don't know how I feel about that. But I also think that's okay too. You know what I mean? But isn't GD's age rating like 12 plus? That's the weird thing. I've seen its age rating be different on different platforms. Like, I remember on Google Play, it was like 3 plus. But, like, that level goes out of its way to not... You know, it's very obvious before it shows anything or says anything or before the song gets NSFW that it's going to be about those topics. Because, I mean, the level doesn't even have them by default. You have to get to, like, 6% without dying, hit a toggle orb, and then sit through, like, a disclaimer warning you before you can even experience that side of the level. Without doing that, it's censored. So, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. But I explain all that to say that, with how much that level holds back, keep in mind, I've seen art critics say that that level doesn't express what it's trying to artistically well because it isn't explicit enough. You know what I mean? Which, yeah, I mean, fair enough. How bad is it? The thing is the level doesn't have any visual NSFW in it at all. It's literally just the song. Because it's got an explicit song, and there are lyrics to the song. And it vaguely references the theme by having, like... Because, again, I mentioned the level's themed around puppy play. So, it plays into that theme by having, like, collars and paw prints and stuff like that. But that's the farthest it goes. It doesn't have, like, any actual nudity on the screen or anything. I'd say it reminds me a lot of, like, Cake by the Ocean. Yeah, that's... Yeah. It is, but honestly, I haven't streamed in so long, Stinger, that I'm just talking. You know, I think that I'm fine with the level existing. I really don't see an issue with it. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, I understand why this is a controversial subject and why there's so much debate. Because this level exists to push that boundary and get people talking about what isn't okay. And I feel like it's important for levels to start that conversation, because there's nothing inherently wrong with the level. It just comes down to what you think is okay. It has to pass the vibe check, you know what I mean? You know how I said I take quotes from random YouTubers? I got that one from H Bomber Guy. The whole vibe check thing. But yeah, like, it really does depend. And I feel like this community does know where that line is, because there's a level that got rated recently, or no, it didn't get rated. There's a level that got released recently called, I think it was like Glow Job or Flow Job or something like that. Some joke around the phrase blow job, right? And the level was a parody of generic 2.2 rates, I believe. And it is mythic worthy in terms of how well done its decoration is. The problem is, well clothed, barely so. The level has very suggestive art of furries in the level, which would be one thing, but also I believe the art was based off of actual people's sonas. So, like, I think it had, like, I don't remember who exactly, but it had real people in it. Yeah, Split, thank you. Split 72 was in there, and Ivy Teal. And I think, like, Rob deleted the level because it sexualized their OC without permission. And I think the level getting deleted, the level's existence is important, despite the fact I don't like it, because it being deleted allowed for us to draw a line. That is another thing we can now definitively say we are not okay with. You know what I mean? And I think that that's kind of why those kinds of levels are important. Because oftentimes, the creators of the levels that make these don't have malicious intent. It makes me think of Devin levels like Red Rooms and Man Man, right? Levels that definitely go too far, and definitely should have been taken off the servers. But I highly doubt Devin had malicious intent making those, and I am definitely okay with those existing because their deletion sets an important boundary. Like, you can argue that a level goes too far while also arguing that it wasn't made out of malicious intent. And yeah, it's just a lot of art philosophy, a lot of stuff like that. So now, someone in the chat mentioned, how did we get here, from me asking about Muhammad Chakalim. Yeah, let's get back to that. Do you understand how frustrating it is with this massive-ass topic spanning off of one level, and how intricate and debatable the situation is? How frustrating it is to me to see a guy just go, oh, well, it's furry, so therefore it's pedophile. In a video, by the way, that has serious in the title and is meant to accuse several people of being predators. And it makes me genuinely believe that the video was only made as a way to maliciously cancel people because he doesn't like the GD community. But yeah, that's that whole thing. I don't like the guy. And I mean, he's not the only one, though. The whole GD community just badly handles exposals. Even exposals that are true, and people who did legitimately bad stuff. I think one of the biggest pet peeves has always been how every predator gets called a Diddy or an Epstein. Because that downplays the severity of what they did. Because if we refer to every predator as a Diddy, well, what you're doing is you're applying brain rot to fucking pedophile exposals. It's the same issue a lot of people have with people saying, like, sewer slide instead of just saying the word suicide, you know what I mean? It's just very distasteful. Just by someone who can actually produce a proper oh, okay. The way he produces his content sucks, but those things do need to be talked about. Yeah, and I agree, they need to be talked about. Just by someone who knows what they're fucking doing, I think. Anyway, I've spent about an hour ranting. I mean, to be fair, we've covered a lot on this stream. We talked about my job, we talked about GD community stuff. Yeah, unalive, exactly. Phrases like that, just dumb. We talked about a lot of stuff. Let's finally just lock in and play the game. I had a feeling when I came back, because I had missed so much, that there would just be a lot to talk about. But whatever, let's get back to the level. That that wave click is gonna keep throwing me off. I know people like just hearing me ramble, so, you know. Actually, okay. I know the talking is starting to get annoying to some people, but this is an update on my channel, so I'm going to talk about this. I can probably talk about this while I practice, but let me turn down the audio while I explain this, but... Okay, so... The platformer video's out, right? And, the thing is, there are more Easy Demon platformers now. There's, I think, like 4 pages of Easy Demon plats, so we're going to have a lot to beat. And I usually just stream platformer, because I believe platformer is better streamed. And so, whenever I stream, I want to play plats, right? But the thing is, here's my kind of plan, right? The platformer ranking is done. Once I'm done with the Rebeat arc, I'm also going to do a classic ranking, like I announced at the end of the video. I'm going to be ranking every classic demon I've completed. Which, the platformer ranking was 200 levels, the classic ranking is going to be 600. Slightly under 600, I believe. So, that video is going to dwarf the platformer video in length. And it's going to probably be the longest video I ever make. How the fuck do you do that? I mean, part of it is actually mitigated, because the platformer video, I recorded everything kind of in one shot, but if I, let me pull this up. If I turn on my camera really quick, this is my OBS folder, and if I go here, these are all map pack reviews, because I have been working on the map pack video. Let me put these in here. I gotta organize my files. Okay, this should be good. Anyway, if I go in here, this is all of the reviews that I've recorded for the Ranking Every Classic video. Because I've been recording the reviews after I beat them. So it's just kind of been like, you know, I've been doing them quick. Well, obviously I've been doing quick. I've been doing them alongside beating them, so editing this will be quicker. Because before I had to record and then edit, with this, in theory, all I should have to do is edit. Yeah, so this'll help. So I have all those recorded. And where was I going with that? Okay, so yeah, the classic video shouldn't take as long. But the reason I go on that tangent is to say my plan is once Ranking Every Classic comes out, I'm going to, because that'll mean I'm done with the Rebeat arc, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to grinding the game normally. I'm going to be beating levels, you know what I mean? And I could do it in parts. I might have to, depending on a thing I'll mention in a sec. But I don't want to. But, yeah, basically, once that video's out and the Rebeat arc is done, what I want to do is keep up that as a yearly or monthly series, depending on what I plan. If you guys don't know, because I've mentioned this in the past, Ranking the Demon List is dead. Not Ranking the Demon List. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, that series ended too, but monthly demon completions is dead. I'm not going to continue it because I have a second channel for uploading my demon completions now, and Ranking the Demon List existed to make it so that I'm not uploading, like, 50 fucking easy demons a month. You know what I mean? That being said, I'm going to be streaming plats, and I'm going to be beating more demons, and my plan is to, every month, instead of doing monthly demon completions, I'm going to do monthly demon reviews, where in the exact same format as the platformer video that just came out, I'm going to rank all of the levels I beat that month. So that's kind of the plan. PGH, I don't know who that is. Are you going to just stop streaming right after the Rebeat arc? No, I plan on streaming just randomly. After the Rebeat arc, I'm going to stream platformers and maybe Bloodbath. I am thinking Bloodbath might have to turn into a stream thing, just because I've been enjoying Bloodbath so little that streaming will help. Fucking Christ, dude. That double spike is insane! This might actually be the only level we beat this stream. You ever watch a YouTuber who was also the same person as another YouTuber you watched, but left one of their channels to go on the other one, but you didn't know? Kinda happened with Peanut Butter Gamer for me. Peanut Butter Gamer uploads on a different channel than he used to. I think he does still upload on that channel, but he only uploads, like, very rarely. So I mainly watch, the other stuff. Another one is, Scott the Woz. Other than the Wii U video, which he's clearly been working on for a long time, he hasn't uploaded on the main Scott the Woz channel in months, but he regularly uploads to Scott's Stash. Fucking Beluga. Oh my god, that fucking weird-ass channel. The entire purpose of that channel is, like, to fake weird interactions on Discord, isn't it? Beluga's such a weird concept for a channel. Because it feels like it was capitalizing off of, like, the Discord kitten memes. But, like, that is such a weird thing to make an entire career off of. I think I remember watching, like, a couple Beluga videos, like, during the COVID lockdowns, because they just got recommended to me, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This level's awesome? Yeah, it's alright. Oh my god, man. I'm so worried about this fucking ending, dude. Oh my god. I wanted to switch to having my left headphone on instead of my right, and then I remembered it doesn't have fucking audio. God. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but for people who weren't here, my headphones are dying, and Amazon shipped the replacements to the wrong address. So I'm just kind of forced to use these until Wednesday, and I can only hear out of my right ear. Oh my fucking god. Am I planning on getting all the coins? I don't even know where the coins are in this level. I know I'm getting the third one because it's easier than the main route, but... Oh, man. Dude, I love Angel Effect. Angel Effect is the reason I refer to a lot of GD shader levels as being like fading in and out of consciousness. Because I thought that was such a funny joke. My god. Well, that can happen. Okay, so, like... would we consider this to be a flow level, chat? Because it's 2.0, and it doesn't look like it plays like a flow level, but... I mean, it has the fast-paced gameplay and the constant game mode switching, so... would we consider this a flow level? Because it's click sync, it constantly switches game modes. Who even made this? Nazgub. Isn't this the guy that made no, Motion is Tamon. What do I know Nazgub from? Oh god, they made Flap. Ugh. Nuh-uh. No, we don't like Flap. We're not flapping in my stream, bro. Not allowed. No flapping allowed. You know what they say, if you're having problems in life, just fucking quit. That's a joke, don't quit. Don't do that. Alright, so we got the run. We got 50 to 100, so I guess I'll go a little bit farther back. I just want to make sure that I know how to play this before we play from zero, because I do not want to have a bad experience with this. I don't remember well, but I think I remember not enjoying this when I originally played it, and I'd like to enjoy it, you know? That's a fucking UFO click, oh my god. That's fine. Alright, I'll try from zero. See how it goes. Oops. The Mishi-esque UFO part. That makes sense. I probably did hate that. I've been playing so much Bloodbath now, though, that I don't think I'm going to hate it anymore. I was wondering why you're all spamming go. I mean, it was just a run that I was going for a little while. For some reason, I find that lately, a lot of my grinds in this game, Rebeat Arc and not Rebeat Arc, they go where, like, it takes me forever to get, like, 50 to 100 in practice, and then I get it, and then I just fluke from zero. I don't know why. Not always zero, obviously, but, like, crazy far back, like, earlier in the level type shit, you know? Like, I'll spend 100 attempts in practice and then 5 attempts in normal. I don't know why. That's rough. That's fucking rough. A lot of the transitions in the first half feel really, really awkward because it's like fast clicking into a UFO where you have to wait and then click. $29, okay. That makes sense. Do I have any puns to tell? I can't think of any at the moment. Fuck. damn it. My hand just locked up. Oh my god, ow. Bye, IRL Stories. I don't know if I saw your message too late, but bye. I never really paid attention to the Cube story stuff. I kind of hold this opinion now, but even back then, I always disliked, like, the movie auto levels, because it's like, if I want to watch an animation, I'm gonna go on Newgrounds, you know what I mean? I don't really need to see that in the GD editor. I mean, nowadays there are some that are, like, really good, and so I'm less like that now, but I'm still kind of like that now. What was the one where it was, like, the hacker Anaban trying to, like, murder Rob Top? You know what I mean? Like, that was one that I remember seeing. The Cube Story cinematic movie. How the fuck did I do that? I wasn't going for the coin. I did the normal click pattern. How the fuck did I do that? What did I just do? What? How did I do that? Fuck. You know what I really don't get, chat? Recently, the big thing in the community was that Silent Dick Tross got verified or whatever. And it was, like, getting all this attention, and I had several comments being like, yo, did you see that Silent Dick Tross got verified? And I was like, yo, I don't care! It just feels weird to me that, like, occasionally a level that's, like, a joke and is not meant to be good, some dude will just verify it. Like, they'll verify the shittiest fucking level ever, intentionally so, like, the most intentionally poorly made level ever, right? And everyone will lose their minds as if fucking, as if Misanthrope finally got released. You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't understand why some of the biggest things in this game are, like, Silent Dick Tross. Saw that coming from a mile away. It's not harmful, it's just confusing. Like, I'm complaining about something that doesn't matter, right, when I say that. It's just like, why is Silent Dick Tross, why is that so popular? I felt the same way about Buff Bath and Riot's Demise. It's like, people were shitting on Riot's Demise back in the day, and I'm like, it's just decorated buffed Buff Bath. That's all it is. Why do people care? It's not gonna get rated. It's not, like, who cares? Just let it exist. I just think it's odd, because, like, Levels like that get so much attention, and yet, like, the top play in the platformer scene, nobody cares about. And I think platformer top play is so much more interesting. Why did I forget that that was a green orb? I just got so disoriented for no reason. Platformer is niche. I don't get why. I think platformer is really cool. To be fair, though, it might be because platformer is harder to understand than classic, because there's a lot more that goes into playing plats. So maybe it's harder for people to watch platformers and understand what's going on. Because, like, I feel like most people would watch Chromicide and not understand why it's hard. You know what I mean? Fuck off with that stupid... No! What the fuck? Really? Really? Man... What was that? There we go. Yes! Yeah! I know I spent about the first hour and a half of this stream just talking about my life in the GD community and not playing the level, but that still took me around a half hour for no reason. I don't hate this level, it's just both times I played it, I had a fucking miserable experience with it. Man, what a weird fucking level. I almost had a muscle memory stop the stream because I usually stop recording. Oh my god. Let me mark this on my sheet. Okay. Fuck. I got so concerned for a sec because I thought the page was blank. Okay. I'm not gonna enter all the data right now because I just want to fucking do the thing. Enjoyment 3 out of 10. Yeah, I still kind of agree with that. Deco, I'll give it a flat 50. It's passable. Gameplay, I like the gameplay. I had fun with that. It just wasn't nice to me. I think this is why enjoyment or gameplay are separate things, because I think enjoyment 3, gameplay 83, or enjoyment 30, gameplay 83, I think that's reasonable. Song 98, song rep 98. Yeah. That seems fair. Okay. What is next? Death Funk. I don't know if that's in the map pack, so I'm gonna save it in case it is. Oh no. Underworld is next. Oh boy. Ugh. It's one of the EDL levels. It's a tier 6 easy demon. Mind you, medium demon, easy demon, like that debatable range is tier 5, so this is like indisputably medium demon, but I don't even remember much about this level's gameplay. I just remember I fucking hated it. If Scary, Pop-Off, Zoink, N-Swish, and Stormfly all leave the game, I'm probably never watching a GD livestream video again. That really means a lot. Not just the fact that I'm one of the few people you watch in the GD community, but the fact you just put me on the same fucking level as Stormfly. Oh my god, that means so much actually. Thank you. Wow. Alright, well, I'm gonna quickly BRB, because I want to go get a drink. I will be right back. I have returned. I forgot my left headphone wasn't working, because that was the one I just put on, and I was like, oh god, did my headphones die? I don't want to fucking play this, man. I didn't want to play it when I originally beat it. So, chat, this level is special, okay? This level is special because this is a Doom Gauntlet entry. This is a rejected Doom Gauntlet entry. Alright, let's just get into it. Oh, that's right! Hold on. Hold on a minute. I have something for this level. I gotta find it. I gotta find this. Where did I put it? Please tell me I still have this. Yes! Yes! Okay. I made this for this level. When I originally beat this level, this is what I made it for, so I gotta use it. It's not really a mashup. It's the same song pitched down, but I changed the speech. And I made it better.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, few.
That click is insane.
More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Yeah, I don't understand why this one is easy, Demon. Oh my god, why are the portal hitboxes fucking extended? Oh my fucking god, I don't want to play this! I don't want to fucking play this! Ah! My god. select every LDM key, it just makes the background white. Makes the background white, and that's all it does. It's basically light mode. I don't even know how I survived all that. I don't know what I'm doing. Gameplay semi-flow, it's weird. Yeah, exactly. It just it's so oddly learny. It's so weird. No, like that is genuinely WK Games. That is the best I've heard someone describe it, is like semi-flow. It's like almost a flow level. It's like, gee, I wonder why this was rejected for the Doom Gauntlet. Oh my god. It plays like a Jakers level. It's like Medium Demon Woodkid. That's not a compliment. There's an orb in the fucking cube portal, but it's so awkward. Why is this visible visible 666? I can't even tell what the fuck is going on. I think I have to flip gravity for that cube portal to work. No? I don't understand right now. Am I supposed to? It's a fucking dash orb. Oh my god. I thought it was a fucking green orb. It's a dash orb. It's a... I thought it was a green orb. It looked like a green orb, though. Yeah, I don't... What did I miss? What did I miss? Okay, you don't understand why I said that. I don't even know how you would get that coin. I'm very confused. Oh, you can just die there. That's nice. I'll give Vortrox some credit. He didn't clip farm with Cycles X, at least not for the uploaded completion. The Cycles X reaction seemed legitimately genuine, and that made me very happy to see. So maybe he's getting better. Because I only really disliked him because he was a clip farmer. If he stops clip farming, I won't have an issue with him. I remember this part. They used spikes? They used spikes on the edges of the platform in a spider. What that means is that you can just die here randomly. I'm trying to do it on purpose to show you what I mean, but you can just randomly die here. Thanks to Slim Jim and BM. Who the fuck is Slim Jim? Ooh, yeah! Snap into a Slim Jim. Is that like Creepypasta Eevee? Is this a Pokemon Creepypasta thing? Because this looks like a Pokemon, like, this looks like a Creepypasta like Eevee. It looks like if I googled, like, Pokemon Lost Silver Eevee. That's what this shit looks like. Let me see if I can, like, find what I mean. Slim Jim has a part in Zodiac? That is the most, like, fake sentence I've ever heard. I want, like... Oh, man. If I Google, like, Pokemon Creepypasta Eevee, I feel like something like this has to come up. Actually, a lot of it is just drawing Eevee as, like, a feral dog. Okay. Still, you guys get what I mean. Like, it looks like a really edgy Eevee with, like, just a twisted face. I don't know. I thought Doom Gauntlet was supposed to be all bosses. Maybe that's why I didn't win. I don't know. Was that a thing? Extinction has the guy that throws the bones at you. Buried Angel, I don't fucking know. Something about the way I said I don't fucking know there, it's like the strongest New York accent ever just came out of me. Like, I don't fucking know. Can't even reproduce it. How did I do that? I just, like, teleported to Brooklyn for a couple seconds there. The fuck was that? Hey, Frostwave. Yeah, I'm streaming. The first, like, hour and a half of this stream is me talking about how much, my boss sucked and why I quit my job. And then, like, GD community stuff. And then I beat, Takeoff by Nazgub. Now I'm playing this fucking peak. Wow. Okay. It's just a Doom theme. Oh, okay. What the fuck are the hitboxes on that platform, dude? I'm gonna die there intentionally so I can get a look at it. Oh, I'm past it now. I guess I should just, like, hit the side of it. Yeah, you just do that. Okay. Ah! Okay, I had a feeling something fishy was going on here. So, like, this really isn't solid then. I basically have to jump here. Because you never touch this block. So I have to jump, like, right here. You see what I mean? Like, this block isn't solid, it's just the inner part that is, but there's a line right here. Why? Because you can see me fall and not touch it. Oh my god, that UFO jump, dude. The music is loud. It might be. I'll turn it down. That might be better. Did this part get nerfed? Because I remember this being a lot harder. I want to look up my old completion. Because I swear, I remember that being way harder. Okay, so this is the old completion. I guess not? I remember this being way harder, though. You know what it might be? It might be because a lot of those spider clicks are really, like, chokeable tight gaps. What might have happened is fucking click between frames might have made it feel a lot more open. That might be why it feels so much easier. I don't know. Because I originally beat this in February of last year. So it might just be like a mix of I got better and CBF made it feel easier. Yeah. Yeah, because I can tell this is a nerve control ending, but I'm not nervous at all here. Weird. Whatever. Doesn't necessarily mean it never got nerfed, because I do think that looks nerfed, but it wasn't from when I last beat it, apparently. Do you have any recommendations for regaining skill? Just play random shit. I can't wait to finish scripting and work on my how to improve at GD video, because I genuinely cannot answer with anything other than play random shit. Just play stuff and you'll improve naturally. Crazy. Oh my god. What? Fucking 36 to 100. Okay. The last spider does feel pretty fun. I agree, Infrared. Alright, I'm just gonna go from 0 and see what happens. Yeah, that makes sense. You haven't seen the color black in 5 years? Bro hasn't slept in 5 years.
More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Okay, do a double click to adjust there.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hardened. We think too much, feel too little. More than achievement, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Jesus Christ, dude, the fucking extended hitboxes.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hardened.
So this isn't actually the beginning of the song. I edited it in. But this is the Charlie Chaplin speech. That's what that audio is. Fucking why?
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Yeah, it's in Cognition's song, but the place Cognition's song got it from was it's a Charlie Chaplin speech.
Cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Fuck, dude. Oh my god.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
I have to remember the extended hitboxes. That's what's causing me to die the most, is that look at these portal hitboxes. They, like, this level has fixed portal hitboxes. It's so bad.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Our knowledge
Oh my fucking god, dude, this is becoming so awful.
think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Oh my god, this beginning, dude.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than
This is miserable. This is actually fucking awful.
cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Can I stop fucking for... Like, I should know that that's an upside-down ship transition. I should know that I'm not going to be normal gravity, but for some reason my brain does not compute. God. Come on.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and proud. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need
Most of the art in this level is good, but what the fuck is this thing supposed to be here? Yup!
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, we yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
I may be stubbing my toe against the table, but the table looks cool, so it's fine. Nah, yeah, no. I agree. Oh my god. Dude. It's like the difference between stepping on a Lego versus stepping on a Lego that belongs to a Millennium Falcon set.
Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, we yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so fucking bad.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, we yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Oh, okay, you can just go too early as well. So this awful fucking sweep can't even be buffered. Why? Why?
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and kind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Hold the fuck on. My spacebar is so sensitive that I can kind of activating it by hitting my desk with my fist.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our knowledge has made us cynical.
I can't hold, but I can definitely jump that way.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our
Wow.
we think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities,
Beating
life
stereo madness by raging. Yeah.
will be lost.
This is starting to really get under my nerves, dude. Oh my god.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and kind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be
No, it's not a lava temple incident because I never liked this level. Lava Temple was whack because, and the reason I was so mad playing it, was I used to like the level.
our cleverness hard and kind. We think too much, feel too little.
Like, I didn't hate it until I had to deal with the Rebeat.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and kind. We think too much.
I don't remember who it is, but I found recently someone uploaded like an unofficial stream compilation of me just getting mad at Lava Temple, which I thought was extremely funny. Why?
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and kind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness.
Nothing is scary. Rages at a medium demon for 8 minutes straight. Yeah, that's the video.
Our knowledge has made us sick. Our knowledge has made us sick. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Now that's facts, WK Games. I cannot tell you, through researching old 9 Circles levels and getting, like, the oldest completion of a lot of them, I cannot tell you how many times I'll search for, like, a random non-Demon Circles level, and you're, like, one of the oldest uploads. There is one where you were the oldest. To the point where the verification video didn't exist, you were the oldest upload. I marked you as the verifier. I think I DM'd you about that. But, like, regularly, I'll just see you pop up on old, like, non-Demon Circles levels.
Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Fucking God. Aren't you trying to get every achievement in GD? I mean, I'd like to.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
I hit the ceiling with the UFO, which I don't think is supposed to happen, and it threw, like, fucking 6% of the gameplay off.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent.
Can I just get past the fucking pre-drop, dude? Can I just... Oh my god.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
You know, on the topic of you uploading, like, literally every level ever, WK Games, there is a platformer that I beat recently while moon grinding, a non-demon plat, right? And it was by Pock. And to beat the level, you basically have to do an ARG, but it's not a very good ARG. It's like Pock advertising their other levels. It's the kind of ARG where you can feel the ego of the creator, and I really just don't like it. And so I wanted to skip, but nobody in the comments posted the code. And so I was looking for a video that posted the code, and none of them did, except for you. You were the only person that posted a video that was just, here's how to beat it without doing the ARG. My goddamn mind, dude. This is so fucking ass. This is so bad.
Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, yield too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
I hate this fucking level! Oh my god! This might actually be one of the worst fucking things I've ever played. I'm losing my goddamn mind.
lost.
kidding about the fucking orb! I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Something is bugging me, and I want to take a closer look at it.
Our cleverness hard and unkind.
I gotta get to the UFO to check it, though.
More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Why is the outline of my UFO's fire larger than the fire? I don't know how to explain this, so let me... Because I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it through the stream. But, like... Let me, like, open up the image so you can see what I mean. Like... Right there, you see how there's, like, a little bit of, like, separation? Like, the line is not fully going around. It's like the outline is too large. Why? If I exit the level and go back in, will that still be the case?
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Yeah, it's just fucked for some reason. I don't know why. Pallet Town is a good menu loop. Thank you. I have my menu loops randomized. Yeah, why the fuck is that like that? What happened?
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life would be violent. And all
I've only ever noticed it on this level, but then again, this level does have a very harsh background. I hope I don't have to change UFO. That would make me very sad.
Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than
Thank God. Oh. What the fuck, man? This level makes me want to murder an Eevee. That was miserable. Weirdly, Moose Clappin', the UFO at the end, is the best part. Oh my god. This easy demon took me over 200 attempts. Fucking no. Not an easy demon. My god. I could see an argument for this being a tier 7, but at the very least, it is definitely a medium demon. Well, I think I'm gonna end stream after that. Ooh, wait, I did a list. What was this from? Oh, this is because of Takeoff. Okay, yeah, cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream. Let's open a thing real quick. Yeah. Yeah. We got this guy. Oh, actually, before I end, do you guys want something I noticed that I think is bullshit? So, very recently, I managed to get all of the diamond achievements done, right? I have over 25k diamonds. Now, the bullshit comes in with the fact that I have every single diamond achievement, right? And yet, like, you know, let's do some math actually. Hold on. Let me count this really quick. All right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 500 times 13 is 6,500 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so then okay, so it's 2,800. So 9,300, but we can subtract 100 and... No, wait, no, don't subtract. Yes, subtract that. 184. So 9,116. So from there, what I can do is take the total amount of diamonds that we have, 25,684. So, even though the diamond achievements only go up to 25k, buying everything in the shop, you actually need 34,800 diamonds. Which means Rob should probably just add 2 more diamond achievements and have it go up to 35k. Well, the annoying thing is that you finish buying the diamond items after getting every diamond achievement. I just think it's a little goofy. Alright, so, yeah, I think I'm going to end stream. Oh, I will show you before one more thing. Like I said earlier, I did finish all of the Acid and Spider Gauntlet off stream. So there's the Acid Gauntlet. Where's Spider? Yeah, there's the Spider Gauntlet. So I can say that once again, all the gauntlets are done. I think it's so funny that the moment we finish the gauntlets on stream, the Acid Gauntlet releases. The moment I finish the Acid Gauntlet, the Spider Gauntlet releases. It's like a curse at this point. But yeah. Duality coming sooner? Yeah. Alright, well I'm gonna end stream. Hope you guys had a good stream. I said at the beginning of the stream I wasn't in a good mood. I will say, end of the stream, I'm in a much better mood, so that's good. You guys are awesome. I love streaming, and I'll definitely try to stream in the future more often. So yeah. Good night, everybody.